everyone and welcome. Today I have a quick little announcement to make that I'm quite excited about, so I hope that you are as well. And that is that starting from March there is going to be a read-along for the Liveship Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb. This read-along is being hosted by Megan from Megan's Reading Revelations, and I'll make sure to link her channel down below. And she asked if some other booktubers were interested in co-hosting this read-along with her. So it's going to be Megan, myself, and then 4 other booktubers that I will also link down below. They all read adult fantasy, are very fun and friendly people, so if you're on the hunt for some extra content to watch, I would definitely recommend their channels and just have a watch and see if you like it. So I will first go over some technical details so that if you want to join the read-along, you know how to. And then afterwards I am going to give you a little bit of information about the Liveship Traders trilogy, because I have read that myself already, so I can give you a little bit of an idea whether or not you would like it. And I will also try to answer maybe a question that you have, which is, should you read the Farseer trilogy before you jump into this one? So for the technical details, we will read 1 book a month. It's a trilogy, so that means that the read-along will take place over a total of 3 months. And the first book, Ship of Magic, will be read in March. The second book is The Mad Ship, and that will be read in April. And then the third and final book, Ship of Destiny, will be read in May. At the end of each month, there will be a live show where we discuss the book that we just read and hopefully enjoyed. And we will announce when the live show is scheduled in advance, so that if you want, you can definitely participate in the chat and we can respond to your ideas as well. Now, if you want to participate in this read-along during the month and share your ideas during the month and not only in the chat at the end of the month, you can definitely do that, and the read-along will take place over on Megan's Discord channel. She will definitely have linked the Discord channel in her announcement video in the description box, so definitely have a look there. She already has a section on her Discord for the read-along of the Liveship Traders trilogy, and she has divided it in some chapters. So I think that the first section is chapter 1 to 10. So if you go there, you will not be afraid that you're going to be spoiled for the upcoming sections after that. So definitely check that out as well, and we can have a nice chat there. So now you know how you can participate in the read-along, and your next question might be, but do I want to participate? What is this trilogy of the Liveship Traders? Should I be interested, or is this not going to be for me? And I will try to answer that next. So Robin Hobb is the writer of The Realm of the Elderlings. This is a big adult fantasy series of a total of 16 books, but this series is divided into smaller parts. There's a total of 4 trilogies and 1 quartet. The Farseer trilogy is the first trilogy in this bigger series, and I have a non-spoiler review for that I will link down below. And then the Liveship Traders trilogy is the second trilogy in this bigger series. You might wonder whether or not you should read the Farseer trilogy before, if the Liveship Traders trilogy is going to spoil you for the Farseer trilogy, and if you might miss some very important information if you haven't read the Farseer trilogy prior to this one. And the answer is actually no. The Farseer trilogy follows Fitz. Fitz is a royal bastard and he lives in the 6 duchies. In the Liveship Traders trilogy, you follow a completely new set of characters and in a different part of the realm of the 6 Elderlings. So there's really no connection between the 2 stories. That means that you don't need to read the Farseer trilogy in order to understand this. You will understand everything that's being said in the Liveship Traders trilogy, and you will also not be spoiled for the Farseer trilogy. That is to say, there might be 5 instances in this Liveship Traders trilogy where they say something about the 6 duchies, in the lines of, oh yeah, and at the 6 duchies they now have X. And if you've read the Farseer trilogy, then that's a nice little recognition, and you go, ah yeah, that's true. And that might improve your enjoyment a little bit. But as I said, that might be 5 times in this entire trilogy. If you haven't read the Farseer trilogy, I don't think you would make the connection and see that it's a spoiler, even if you would notice it. I think that it's a minor spoiler, especially if you look at the covers of the Farseer trilogy, which spoil a lot more. So don't be afraid that you might be spoiled for the Farseer trilogy if you read the Liveship Traders trilogy. However, I must say, in all honesty, that if you recognize these small parts and you see, ah yeah, I've read the Farseer trilogy before, that might improve your enjoyment by 5% maybe. So I would advise you to read along with us. If you love read-alongs, if you love buddy reads, if that improves your enjoyment. And if you don't really care for the Farseer trilogy that much, maybe you've tried the Farseer trilogy and you really didn't like it, then please don't think that you won't like anything by Robin Hobb. This is completely different. The Farseer trilogy is in first person, It's one POV that you follow. It's very much character focused up to a point that the plot really isn't that important in my opinion. It's quite slow and it's not epic in scale. You follow that one person, he travels maybe a little bit, but all in all he really stays in the Six Duchies. He stays quite close to home. I love the Farseer trilogy, but I know that a lot of other people don't, and then I think that you might still enjoy the Liveship Traders trilogy, which is in third person, it's multi-POV, and you follow a big set of characters divided over a lot of places. So it's much more epic in scale, and also the plot is a lot more important in this one. So all in all, definitely join us for the read-along. When would I advise you to start with the Farseer trilogy? First, that is if you really don't enjoy read-alongs, or at least they don't improve your enjoyment. You don't really care about them. And if you're actually very interested in the Farseer trilogy and you want to read them anyway, then I would say yes, maybe read the Farseer trilogy first. But other than that, you can definitely jump along in the Liveship Traders trilogy and have no problem at all. Now, what is the trilogy about? I think that most people know that already, which is why I didn't start with this. But in case you want a little reminder, in this trilogy you follow different characters, as I said before. In the one hand, you follow the Vestrit family. They are a Liveship Traders family, which means that they have a live ship. And the live ship is a very special kind of ship. You will definitely learn more about that if you read the trilogy. But what you do know from the beginning is that if 3 generations of the Traders family die on the ship comes alive. A live ship is faster, it's better, it has a special connection with its family, it can talk, it's all very magical. And we meet the Vestrit family right after their live ship, the Vivacia, has come alive. And we actually follow the different family members, and they all have a different idea of what should happen with the Vivacia, how they should use her, who should own her, etc. On the other hand, we also follow Kenneth. Kenneth is a pirate, and his life goal is to become the king of the pirates. And he would take a lot of measures in order to ensure that that happens. So that's the premise of the story. Those are the characters that we are going to follow. And yeah, it's just a fun ride. It is definitely one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I don't do rereads ever, but I actually said when I finished Ship of Destiny, I think I said it in a wrap-up or something, that if there was going to be one trilogy that I would reread, it would be this one. Just to see the character progression with a new set of eyes, I think that will be very enjoyable. So that was all that I wanted to say. I hope I have piqued your interest for this trilogy, and definitely let me know in the comments down below if you are going to join the read-along. So I hope you have a nice day and see you next time. Bye!